The Firefox web browser provides a helpful tool that lets you visualize, inspect, and debug your grid layout in the browser. So if you're not using Firefox as your primary browser, I recommend that you go and download Firefox and start using it. In our HTML document, we have a container, and within that container, we have 6 elements. And in CSS, we are targeting the container, and we are giving it a value of grid to its display property, which means this element has become a grid container, and its children are now grid items. So now let's define a basic grid with the template grid columns and the template grid rows. And now you can see that we have our grid. The cool part about using Firefox while working with CSS Grid Layout is that if you open the developer tools and then inspect an element that is a grid container, you'll see here that we have a display of grid, and you have this icon. If you click on that icon, you toggle on the grid visualizer, and now you can see that there is an outline for our grid. And if you hover over this box, it shows you the grid cells. So when you hover over this box, it shows you this cell, and for example, if you hover over this box, it shows you this cell. And here in the display settings, you can toggle on these options. For example, if you toggle on display line numbers, you can see that we are starting to see the line numbers, the vertical lines and the horizontal lines. You also have this option, which is display area name. This option can be helpful, but since we have not addressed named areas yet, we will leave it as it is. And now if you go to the rules, you can modify your grid live on the browser and preview the results. So let's try to modify these values. Great.